We need to save our planet, we need to save our jobs. They destroy our forests, they destroy our seas. We're struggling for jobs, for healthcare, for everyone.
Your reason for being here, so I understand, is you want to help people, you want to save the planet, and I guess animals are included in this image, in this as well. You don't want that habitats to be destroyed. With this COP26, which is what you're protesting against as well. So those guys, they all got together in Glasgow. The menu they were eating, 60% of it was animal-based food, 40% was plant-based food. Animal agriculture is killing animals, so it's not helping the animals. It's putting poor people in slaughterhouses, giving them jobs that give them anxiety, depression, PTSD, and it's one of the top leading causes of climate destruction through water usage, deforestation, ocean dead zones, species extinction. So animal agriculture is absolutely horrendous for all these reasons. Do you think they're hypocrites for serving animal products at a climate event?
Of course, about this. They are hypocrites about all these things.
Right.
Not only because they eat meat,
Yeah.
because they destroy our planet
Yeah.
for profits. It's
Yeah.
a capitalist system in crisis, doesn't care about our lives, about our forests, about our seas, only for profit.
Okay.
So we don't expect nothing today from Glasgow.
Sure. So would you say that people out here, to be consistent, to be really protesting, I mean, they should be protesting 3 times a day when they eat as well. Do you think people should be vegan to protest?
No, I believe that this is a choice you have to make.
But if somebody cares about the environment and environmental destruction...
I believe that I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
I know that we eat garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage in meat, garbage in vegetables. If we want to eat meat, I demand this meat to be right, not to be rotten or with many drugs.
That's where we're directly abusing animals for those products, right? But if we want to save animals, we can't really kill animals. That's not saving animals. Why would we not eat plant-based when we can? You're a doctor, we can get nutrition from plant-based diets.
Yes, we haven't reached yet this choice about really deciding what is better to eat and not torturing animals. We struggle to overthrow capitalism because what we eat, what we put in our table every day is not our choice. There are many poor people who have to eat real garbage in order to stay alive.
Sure, but that's not the people maybe here. But what about yourself?
I'm eating everything, but I try to eat not garbage. Because I have the choice to go at the supermarket
and buy whatever you want.
Buy whatever you want.
What stops you from eating a fully plant-based diet for the planet and for the animals and for those poor people in slaughterhouses?
Nothing stops me. We see too many sick people who are very poor.
Yeah.
And they need food.
Sure, but they have no choice, right?
Yes.
But when we have a choice,
so we have to fight for them.
Choice, right?
My priority this time is everyone to not. I can't stand anyone to be hungry.
You want to feed the poor, we want to feed people who are starving. We're feeding animals with human edible food to kill and feed to rich people. If somebody's not vegan, they're funding that system that feeds rich people but leaves poor people to starve. Do you think maybe that's another good reason for somebody to be going vegan?
Okay, I don't agree with this argument.
Okay.
They use this argument to sell garbage, even meat garbage, to poor people.
If somebody is in a position where they have that privilege to choose whatever they want, to eat whatever they want, spend their money wherever they want, and they are anti-capitalist, they are pro-environment, they want to save the planet, they want to save the animals, but this individual chooses to support the meat, dairy, egg industries, which are massively driven by capitalism, driven by exploitation of animals, exploitation of workers, and instead they could eat a plant-based diet using plant-based foods that would contribute significantly less destruction of the planet, less violence to animals, and in a lot of cases, less exploitation. Would you say that person should choose the plant-based option in that scenario? They should choose the vegan option in that scenario?
It's a choice. I don't disagree with those people who give the fight and they are anti-capitalist but they eat meat. It's not the major problem. This is not the major problem.
I mean, it is for the animals though. I mean,
we live in capitalism. I can't turn my back in capitalism.
Sure, but it seems a little bit defeatist to say, well, it's capitalism.
I know many anti-capitalists who don't eat meat. too many.
Sure. It just feels like we're blaming.
Also, I know too many who eat meat.
It feels like we're blaming the system for things for our individual choices. We have choices. We can make better and worse choices. Inside capitalism, we can still make better and worse choices.
The majority of people and workers don't have choices.
Sure.
Don't have choices.
That doesn't mean the people that do have choices shouldn't make the good choices. One of the simplest things we do every day is eat. And I feel like that's the biggest protest you can make every day. You pay every single day, multiple times a day for food. Number one thing, if you were to change anything in your life to help the planet, the number one thing to do would be to eat plant-based. And obviously you might still be supporting multinationals, but at least you're not supporting multinationals that are doing the worst destruction. You're supporting another one that's doing less destruction. I think even within capitalism we can make worse and better choices. That's the point I was trying to get at.
Okay.
I think cutting down trees for a protest is environmentally friendly. I don't mean that though, that's a joke. I'm sure they fell naturally from a tree.
Yeah, it's a super important cause that connects everything, that connects our daily life, that connects human rights, that connects our relationship with each other, our relationship with nature.
With COP26, we're all getting together to talk about the environment, save the planet. They're serving us a menu that's 60% animal products. And with animal agriculture being responsible for killing animals, species extinction, ocean dead zones, it puts poor people in slaughterhouses, usually minorities, in jobs in slaughterhouses where they get PTSD, depression, and obviously it's killing animals, slitting animals' throats, abusing their bodies, all for profit. Do you think they're hypocrites for serving products from that industry when it's responsible for all of this death and destruction?
Animal consumption is a huge part of the problem, So yeah, I was not aware of that. There is definitely a level of hypocrisy there. I think the process should support the cause.
Are you yourself a vegan?
I'm not a vegan. No. I'm a omnivore.
You said there's a level of hypocrisy from COP26 eating animal products. Do you think there's that same hypocrisy for people out here who are protesting but aren't making that difference in their own lives?
You know what? I think there are different fronts and different ways to act. I think some people are not opposed to consumption if it's done responsibly,
So like sustainably, you mean?
Sustainably.
There are sustainable ways to use and eat animals, but it requires putting animals into farms and then killing them, which is violent. Is it still sustainable if it's violent? If there was something that could flick a switch and kill half of humanity, that would be phenomenally sustainable, but it would be extremely violent. Does it then make it justified, or would you say that no, we should try to be sustainable and also not be violent to other humans or animals?
I mean, listen, in general, I don't believe violence as a cause. Like, I think that we should be as less violent as possible. At the same time, violence in the animal world is there, you have predators. At least people should be aware of the violence involved, and they should make their own choices. We should create awareness, and we should give the people the choice.
3 times a day you vote with your money. This is the point I was trying to make earlier. This is way more important than any one single climate action, because every day you are protesting, whether you like it or not. When you buy something at the supermarket, that's a protest. So what I'm trying to encourage people to do is, every time you spend money, protest against animal agriculture. Buy something plant-based, buy something that's vegan, and don't give those violent people, the unsustainable violent people, your money. Give it to the companies that are saying no to that, because I mean, it's capitalism, I know, but we can still make better decisions in capitalism,
right?
There's
small producers, especially in Greece, you have small producers that have a few animals. I mean,
they're still killing them though.
It's
still violence,
them,
right?
And then there is that debate, how can I say? It's like I can tolerate part of the killing.
Tolerate what? Sorry.
I can tolerate part of that, until now.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't tolerate that. They have their throat slit. They get shot in the head. And we don't need it. This is the point. We don't need it. So you mentioned earlier. I know you mentioned predators earlier. The biggest difference between us and them: predators have no choice. They physically cannot survive without it. We can. We can eat plant-based diets. Biggest dietetics associations in the world are all behind that and saying you can be perfectly healthy with plant-based foods.
So the signs, it smells like teen spirit. You've crossed it out, and it smells like pollution. Can you talk me through what this means and why you're out here today?
It smells like pollution because CO2 is in the air, not teen spirit.
What are you out here today for? What are you hoping to?
Climate strike, spread awareness, demand from the government to take action. COP26 is happening in Glasgow, and we demand action, take measure and do something about it.
One of the things I read that people are very upset about is that the menu at that place, they're serving 60%, around 60% animal products, around 40% plant-based products.
Yeah,
but we know that. Yeah, we know animal agriculture it's destroying the planet, it's killing animals, and it's putting poor people in slaughterhouses and giving them PTSD, depression.
Yes.
The poorest people end up going working in slaughterhouses. Do you think they're hypocrites for serving those planet destroying products?
I agree. They should not. They really shouldn't. It's against what they are trying to do there.
Do you think maybe that if someone's out here and they are funding animal agriculture, like they're not vegan, do you think that's hypocritical?
I think everyone here is trying to do better for the environment, the climate change, and they're trying in however they can.
Like a scientist at Oxford University said the number one thing we could do to help the planet, if we're going to change one thing in our lives, said it would be to eat plant-based.
Yeah, go vegan.
Yeah, to be vegan.
Go
yeah,
vegan.
People come out here to protest. That takes a lot of effort and courage. And
it does.
Why not just change what you eat 3 times a day? It doesn't take much effort or courage.
It doesn't.
Actually.
It's a difficult thing to do when you think about it at first, but then it's like we offer plant-based products everywhere. We just have to get used to it, be more aware and educated. People talk badly about vegan and veganism, so I think we should change that too and spread awareness of how sustainable and healthy it is too.
And how it's better for the animals,
yeah,
right? We're not killing animals.
Morally wrong, morally right.
Are you a vegan?
I am.
We join all global demonstration from Glasgow to Athens against the summit of COP26 because we believe that the leaders of the world cannot solve the problem.
And you want to save the planet, so I guess to help people suffering from climate change. And
yes. In the third world there are a lot of people who suffer.
Yeah, the animals as well, the climate, the habitat.
All the planet. The animals,
it's all connected, right?
Yes,
it's all connected.
Of course.
So with the COP26, 60% of the menu they were serving was animal products and only 40% was plant-based. And animal agriculture is destroying the planet. It's putting poor people in slaughterhouses, giving them anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, killing many animals and destroying the planet all at the same time.
Yes.
Do you think they're hypocritical for serving animal products at an event that's supposed to be saving the planet?
We must save the animals.
Do you think it's if somebody is saying they want to save the planet and save the animals, but if they're eating animals, would you say that's hypocritical?
It's a long story. It's it's difficult to answer. We are not only vegans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems a bit hypocritical to want to save the planet, save the animals, and also kill the planet and kill the animals by paying for animal agriculture to continue.
The key is who have the control. The key answer is who have the control.
You, with the money. When
Here,
your money.
The control of our society is from the big companies.
Sure, but you have to take personal responsibility for your actions, right?
Of course.
So everybody should be vegan, right?
Okay.
I think. That's personal responsibility.
It's better to not to eat, to be vegan. We don't have only this.
No, but it's important. It's one of many things we can do. And it's a very simple thing we can do. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
To survival, we need not only humans but also other species and the environment.
Okay.
And we need to radical change.
I saw your daughter's sign was talking about Indigenous people, like save Indigenous people. You're looking to help the most disadvantaged, like the ones who suffer the most from climate change. That's what most people here have told me as well. Also to save the animals and their habitat, right?
Great.
And you guys are against the COP26. Do you agree with that as well? Do you disagree with what they're doing there? You think that's bullshit or?
They're doing too little.
The menu for that event, the food, they're serving 60% of it is animal-based foods and 40% of it was plant-based foods, which considering animal agriculture first of all, humans, it's putting poor humans, often disadvantaged minorities, in slaughterhouses, giving them depression, PTSD from that sickening job. It's killing literally billions of animals a year, and it's destroying the planet. It's responsible for ocean dead zone, species extinction, water use, fossil fuel use. It's just an all-around shit show. Do you think they're hypocrites for serving 60% foods coming from that industry at that event?
It's a scientific consensus that we need to get out of at least reduce dramatically our consumption of meat, especially beef, which is the most
detrimental,
land and most detrimental to Amazon. So we need to do what we preach.
If somebody's out here today because they want to stop putting poor people through hell, they want to stop putting animals through hell, they want to save the planet, do you think they should be vegan so they are
Yes,
what they
I
preach?
think so. I am vegan myself.
Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes, I think so. I am vegan myself. Yes,
Bye.
it's better for everything, for
Sure.
the environment, for our
Sure.
health, and for the animals. Also for the wild species, which
Yeah.
are not wild, they're just free. The max extinction we are doing by destroying the ecosystems we depend on.
People like actors, etc., are discuss about our future, but they don't know our problems. There is not Planet B, as my placard says.
Yeah.
We want for them to get some strong solutions, not for the profit, but for our future and the future generations.
They're all there to save the planet, right?
Yes.
But 60% of the food they're serving was animal products and 40% was plant-based. But they're telling everybody it's a plant-based, environmentally friendly menu. Do you think that's hypocritical as well as them
Of course,
flying
it's
that?
hypocritical. They pretend they care about our future, about animals, I mean, many things about the climate, but they don't.
When people come together to talk about the environment, to save the planet, the usual things that I hear people talk about are saving people. Usually the poorest people in the world suffer the most from climate change, right? Rich people don't really get hit. They can buy AC, flood-proof their house, but the poor people can't do that. So poor people, the animals, species
Of course,
extinction,
of course.
ocean dead zones, and then just in general, people want to save the planet so we can just continue living on it, right? These are the three main things. Animal agriculture, which was alluding to, is responsible for putting poor people in
course,
slaughterhouses,
of
giving them PTSD, depression, anxiety, slitting loads of animals' throats for things we don't need, and it's destroying the planet. Biggest cause of species extinction, biggest cause of ocean dead zones, water usage. 3 times a day minimum, we pay for something and we eat
Oh,
it,
of
right?
course.
3 times a day we make a decision whether we're going to protest or whether we're going to pay for things that destroy the planet. So if somebody is not vegan, if someone's consuming and buying these products that destroy the planet and kill animals and put poor people in slaughterhouses, do you think maybe if they're out here, there's a bit of hypocrisy if they're doing that, right?
Of course. And we have to say that capitalism affects all people because it's very expensive to be vegan or vegetarian in our planet. The prices of vegan or vegan food
Yeah.
are very high.
Well, like bananas, potatoes,
Of
rice,
course,
beans.
and-
These things are quite inexpensive. I
Of
mean,
course.
vegan specialty items are very
Of course,
expensive,
of course.
but plant-based food isn't expensive. It's actually the poorest people in the world eat the least animal products in the world, so it's
Of
actually
course.
inexpensive. Are you eating plant-based or vegan, or are you?
I'm vegetarian, of course, and I'm trying to be vegan. I hope to more and more people be vegan or vegetarian for our future and for our animals.
Be vegetarian. They only cut out the meat. I mean, the dairy industry, the egg industry, clothing. It's an absolute fucking disgrace all across the board. It's the big difference between vegan and veggie. But it's great to hear that that's where you want to go. And I can give you something. Thank you for coming out here and doing this, by the way. I think you've got a really good.
My pleasure.
I agree with everything you said, and
Thank you
I can
very
give you
much.
this as well, mate. The challenge22.com. It gives you a 100% free vegan starter pack. So for someone like you who's trying to figure it out, that's all free. They'll give you recipes. They'll tell you where to go, supermarkets, what to buy, how to save money.
Perfect.
So it's yeah, check it out, man. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Joe.
it.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.